Sit down.
Cool. Shall we?
Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. So, I recently watched the Hellraiser 2022, the most recent Hellraiser movie, and I figured I'd do a review of it, because it wasn't that bad. Historically speaking, apart from the first, maybe the second, maybe Hellraiser Judgment. Most of the Hellraiser movies are pretty fucking shit. This reboot, wasn't too bad. It was pretty fucking woke, but it wasn't that bad. So I figured I'd talk about it. So, a big issue that all of the Hellraiser movies have is that the subject matter they deal with, like experience, sexuality, sensation, that sort of deal, all of that is very hard to display in film. If you were to do it properly, the film would probably be pornographic. Even if it was pornographic, it's hard to fully convey the feelings, etc. of the characters, given the theme, right? So, compared to, well, all of the movies compared to Clive Barker's original, short story about it, The Hellbound Heart, they're all going to miss the point of the short story, right? So, by way of a for instance, when the Cenobites first appear in the short story, they increase one of the characters' sensitivity to the point where even pleasure is like pain. And that's the point, right? Is to look at it as just on the whole as experience and sensation. Whether or not it is pleasure or pain is irrelevant, right? That's the theory, and it blurs the lines. It blurs the lines, obviously, between power and sexuality. So all the different horrible things that people have fetishes for, like rape, bondage, sadomasochism, and all that sort of deal. It's all kind of on the table. It's very Emperor's Children-y in its approach, going back to 40k, right? That sort of deal. So it's all about seeking sensation, and in order to seek novel sensation, everything has to get turned more and more extreme in terms of sexuality, etc. So you're talking about your taboo stuff at that point. All of that, even just the increase in sensitivity, the numbness to sensation, all that is notoriously hard to portray on film. Straight up, because, you know, sexuality, you can't portray that on film. You immediately get your R ratings, etc. And it's also, you know, a choreographed sex scene. They're always a bit weird. In the novel, it was just communicated straight up that the character, because it was written in the first person, the character his sensitivity has been increased to the point of pain. Extremely well written novel. Very hard to communicate that in movies, even the better movies like the first one. So where do you go from there? Obviously the Cenobites look really cool, particularly in the original Hellraiser movie. Here they start to look a little bit weird and like a little bit CGI and a little bit too costumey, if you know what I mean. With the exception for the ending. The ending's actually pretty good, where it basically shows you the birth of a new Cenobite. But yeah, the original takes the cake in terms of displaying Cenobites. These demon things that are like the arbiters of pleasure and pain, that sort of deal. What I did appreciate was one of the characters in it, one of the main characters, I suppose you'd say he's the villain, but the Cenobites are kind of the villain, was displayed as nearly a 120 Days of Sodom libertine. Like, I'm talking more about the movie than the book, right? Because the movie was about this group of, you know, horrible piece of shit libertines that, you know, abduct a bunch of children, boys and girls, and do horrible things to them, right? In the seeking of sensation, because they know they're on a clock and they're going to get, you know, done in soon. The newest movie sort of plays into that aspect a bit. Like, one of the main villains who is seeking sensation is obviously a libertine in this school of thought. What they did with that character was interesting, right? So they got that character to basically sacrifice to the Cenobites, to have the Cenobites offer him a deal of constant sensation. The issue with his deal was that he didn't specify what type of sensation, and obviously the Cenobites, you know, give him a bit of a poison deal and give him the sensation of pain. They do this by installing a contraption into this guy's chest, which constantly, randomly pulls on his nerves, causing him severe, intense pain at random intervals. And he's obviously been that way for a while. It turned him sort of into a recluse. So he's just in severe, constant pain. That's where the plot of the movie comes in. He basically sets out on a convoluted plot in order to get the characters to sacrifice each other so he can be granted an audience to the Cenobites, ultimately to remove the thing on his chest. The changes they made to the puzzle box this time around, the lament configuration, I would say they're actually better for the story. It offers more plot in terms of the story. It goes through set phases rather than just being a single puzzle box that grants you an audience with the Cenobites. It now flicks out like a sacrificial spike, and you've got to spike someone to sacrifice them to the necromorphs, and you got to get it all the way to the final configuration, which I think was the Leviathan configuration or whatever, which is a nod to the second Hellraiser movie. You've got to sacrifice enough to get to that point. At that point, you're granted a audience and boon from the Cenobites. The main character, the Libertine's already done this. He was sacrificing people from his like libertine parties in order to get to that point. He was granted his boon, which was the nerve pulling machine, so he's in tremendous pain. Here's where you enter the other characters. Okay, this is the first issue with the movie. All the characters are pretty unlikable, and all of them are kind of woke. So they've gone with like a sort of sensation route here with regard to the characters. The main characters are sort of a promiscuous drug addict, ex-drug addict who's struggling with drugs. And she has like a gay brother, and there's a fair bit of, you know, gay cuddling and mouth kissing. So right off the bat, if you're a conservative, you're probably already put off by the movie, at least a little bit, right? The movie's ultimately not really good enough to justify all the woke shit in it. It's not original anyway. Like, it brings some original ideas to it, but obviously Clive Barker's original story is, you know, is what it is. Anything they add to it, you know, you've got to take it with a grain of salt. It's at this point that the movie starts to get a bit sillier, right? So the main character gets set up through the love interest at the start to basically start the lament configuration, and then she kind of gets roped into doing the sacrifices to grant the boon of the Cenobites to the dude who got the nerve pulling machine in his chest, who's in constant pain, who wants to get out of constant pain. So that's your basic story for Hellraiser. Now, it works fine, I guess. It's probably more original than some of the more recent ones. I think Hellraiser Judgment, the one with the Auditor, was probably one of the more better original ones, more recently. But apart from that, you know, the first and the second, and even the second's not that good in terms of quality. But yes, obviously there is a ton of woke shit in it. They gender swap the Hell Priest, Pinhead, for some reason. She's now like more, I guess you'd say more androgynous, but kind of female. And all the other character designs have got, you know, various flayed bits off, but, you know, none of them look particularly good. None of them have the gross scarring aspect or the latex aspect of the original designs, so they all come across pretty not that good generic movie monster. The special effects on the nerve pulling device and all that sort of deal are pretty good, but as a spectacle of themselves, they're kind of irrelevant to the idea of sensation and that sort of deal. But hey, it's sort of a unique Hellraiser movie among the other movies, so it's actually probably worth a watch, especially if you like the first Hellraiser movie and you appreciated Hellbound Heart from Clive Barker. But if you're a normie watching a horror movie just to enjoy a horror movie, you want some sort of either goofy or gory or combination of goofy or gory, yeah, probably give it a miss. You probably won't get what it's going for right off the bat. Like, it's not overly complicated or anything, but it's the type of horror that takes itself seriously rather than the goofy kind. So it's not like a Jason Lives or an Eight-Legged Freaks or something like that. You probably won't have fun with it if you're looking to have fun with it. If you're looking to watch it because the original Clive Barker Hellbound Heart story, you like that. You like the sequel to it. I can't remember what it was called. It had Harry Darmore in it. If you like all of them, maybe give it a shot. But look, they've changed it and they've added a bunch of woke shit into it. So, like, fair warning. If you're a conservative and you're after it, like, if you're after Hellraiser stuff, maybe give it a miss, because it's like a bunch of woke shit in it, a bunch of gay shit in it, a bunch of libertine shit in it. Not that good. It will probably put you off with its characters. As a result of putting you off with its characters, you'll probably not be able to suspend your disbelief, so you probably won't get drawn into the story that well. Apart from that, you can give it a chance. It's alright, it's got some aspects in it that work, but hey, look, modern modern sort of remake, you know, everything's more shallow when it's modern. It's gonna struggle. It showed some understanding of where it was coming from in terms of sensation and libertine shit, with like the main villains sort of 120 Days of Sodom isolated mansion. Like, it felt like a nod towards that sort of thing, but hey, look, if you're into it, give it a shot. But yeah, it's probably like 5 or 6 out of 10. Not that good. Kind of unique in some ways. Yeah, look, I'm not going to tell you to go watch it, but if you're into it, go watch it.
hell'd she go?
Heads up!
Close one.
Move up!
She went behind those cars! Ah, she's gone! Spread out! Find her, quick! Don't let her get away!